Thank you so much for joining us. At the moment, as we're speaking at least, it's around 6 weeks or so since you won Dansk Melody Grand Prix. How does it feel? Has it sunk in, the fact that you won that show?
Yes, I think for me personally, it took about 2 weeks, and then I finally got it. And but it has all these phases and stages. So now we're actually beginning to think a lot about, hey, this made us go to the Eurovision, and so it has a new phase every day.
I would never have thought that we would get so much of attention from European medias already the day after.
What was the experience like then for you two? Because we can maybe talk about this in a second, but your duo is very new. It was only formed in 2020, just last year. So what was that experience like as a very new group?
Well, in Melodi Grand Prix or Eurovision, a lot of times the group is actually formed because of the competition. So in that matter, we're actually a very old group, because no, we have made music for 4 years now, and released our first song almost a year ago now. So this is only our third single. So it's been skyrocketing. It's been a very weird year for everyone with the corona and stuff. So for us to actually be on a stage was just surreal, actually. Yeah, but it's very natural for us to enter the competition because of the music that we love and the music we do.
So when did you make that decision to enter Dansk Melodi Grand Prix in Denmark? When did it? Because obviously you say you released your first song last year, about a year ago at least. At what point did you then think, actually, we should give this a go?
Well, we both of us have loved Melodi Grand Prix since we were kids. But actually, when our band was formed and we broke through and we got airtime in radio, it was actually TV hosts and media telling us, why not participate in the competition? And then we thought, okay, it might be the right time.
We actually sent in a song 3 years ago before no one had heard of us, and we tried to enter with a song, but we didn't go as far. So it's been in the back of our heads all the time. But then we released one song, and then we were like, hey, what's next? Yeah.
So it must have been 2018 then. Did you submit for the first time? Yeah.
Maybe actually it was 17.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And then from that point on, you mentioned it there, it's been in the back of your head. So you must have been, I don't want to say desperate, but you were very eager, very keen to go back.
No, not exactly. You have to see that the music we make is actually very much inspired of the history of Eurovision, and especially the Danish Melodi Grand Prix. So that's why it's very natural for us. But no, because we actually, our career was doing fine without it. So it's something, when we had the opportunity, we had to consider it again, and say, yeah, we have to try this. But it has been an asset all along.
Now, you mentioned earlier on about how the day after you won Melodi Grand Prix, you had media from all over Europe who were interested in you. Just overnight, it just happened. So what has the reaction been like from across Europe?
It has phases as well. I think it started a lot like, what are they doing in Denmark? They used to be so cool. And then the mood has changed, and it has changed a little bit. We get a lot of positive reactions these days. So I think from all the people who are used to Denmark entering with something, they have to. We do it completely different this year.
And you never know how people are going to react on your song because you're not living in their country. No. So who would have known that a lot of people loves our song in Spain? We got a lot of messages from Spain.
And we've learned that Eurovision isn't only European. At least the fans are worldwide. We get messages from Mexico and
Philippines,
Korea.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's cool.
I must ask about the Danish language that you're using this year as well, because I think it's the first time since, maybe you know this better than I do, 1997, I think it is, the last time Danish was used for an entire Danish song. Was that a conscious decision? Did you deliberately choose Danish, or was that just because that's the style of music you'd sing in and you never thought about doing it in English?
In Dansk Melodi Grand Prix, most of the entries are actually in English. So for us to Spanish there was actually a big thing. So we have had success with our relatively new band singing in Danish. And our main goal is, of course, the Danish stage. And the language is a big part of the music we do. So it's very natural for us to keep it there. And we have this nostalgic feeling about the Eurovision, and like those days when every song was a little postcard from their own country, and it's always funny to hear a Serbian song and what's it about, and you go and Google Translate it. We would like to be a part of that storytelling as well.
Absolutely. Now, if we look ahead to Rotterdam, it's only a few weeks to go. It's not long at all. You must be focusing a lot of attention on your semi-final. What are you hoping for? If I said to you now, what would you like to get out of the semi-final? Are you hoping, naturally, you're hoping to qualify, of course, but what are your overall ambitions for Rotterdam?
It's so hard to say. I must say, for me personally, it's the easiest is to think that everything can happen. That's the DNA of this competition. You never know if you're just getting into the countries in the right way. Because as Lauritz always say, this is also a way to see what is up in this world. What is up, not necessarily politically, but fashionable. Ideals, everything, and nobody knows. Of course, we want to qualify to the final, and we hope to win and all that. But let's just. I'm more comfortable with thinking about that. Everything can happen.
But I'm very satisfied of being the last act of the semifinals, because no matter what, we're gonna make the end of the show and give all the energy. I think we will do something that people will remember.
For sure. And I think you guys will stand out at the end of the semi-final as well, because apart from Finland with Blind Channel and that massive rock song, a lot of songs before you are slow or ballads. So you two will really stand out. Do you agree?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. It's always funny. Sometimes we've seen that with Portugal, where the ballad was standing out. So you can never say, hey, we make a ballad this year and stand out, and then if everyone does it, then that doesn't stand out. So it's a game of chance and a game of luck, and and now we've come this far. So I think it's a good idea to end the whole first round with a bang.
I didn't know it was a good thing to play as the last act, but a lot of people wrote us that's good. So we hope it will help.
It is. As you say, we had water that day.
Yeah.
It is. It's definitely a good thing to perform last. And also, I think in recent years, a lot of people who perform last in the semi-final perform first in the grand final. So if you get through, maybe you will be the act who opens the grand final. What do you make about that?
Okay, so we have to go.
That is also good.
Yeah, that is good. Yes. or maybe third. That would also be very good. Yeah.
We'll soon see. Very, very exciting. Now, I've got to ask about the staging and what people can expect from your performance, because the performance in your national final in Denmark was very simple. And I mean that in a nice way. Of course, it worked very well. So what can people expect from the staging in Rotterdam?
Well, it would be the same. When we rehearsed in the scenography from Rotterdam, you know, we would tape on the floor a few days after we won. It was actually like it was designed for a little sea chorus where, you know, I'm out running with the microphone and all that. So we just kept the same. And then we moved our little choir that we brought up on stage there in the corner. But that's it.
Yeah, so it's a lot of, it's all about our energy, actually. It was that the last time we played, and it's going to be that again. So we're going to, of course, adapt it to the big stage because it's a much bigger stage this time. But I think our most important task is still to get the energy through the cameras and into the screens. We have seen all the, or a lot of comments, they should have dancers, or they should have done more, or why, and that's not our style, so we're not going to start on that now.
Absolutely. I think we're all very excited to see what it looks like on that big Rotterdam stage, especially. I've got a bit of a fun question for you because, like I said to you before, I've been speaking to a lot of other artists who are taking part this year, and we know you're going to have to spend a lot of time in your hotel room just because of the COVID restrictions. Now, Albina from Croatia, she said she's just going to spend a lot of time just eating ice cream in a hotel room. Blind Channel from Finland said they're going to write an album. And Destiny from Malta, she said she's just going to rehearse all the time. So what we want to know is, what are you going to be doing in your hotel room? Because I imagine you two will probably get to do a lot of fun in your hotel rooms.
Yeah, probably. We actually had this idea of recording a song for the Danish national football team because we're going to the European Championship this year. And actually, we co-hosted as well. So we wanted to make a song for them, but we found out that the song was made already. So maybe we've come to the conclusion we make a song anyways. We're going to bring some recording gear and see what's coming up. But
I think it's a great place to be inspired. I know you can't be together with other countries all the time, but you will see them here and there. Maybe we are all the time we are inspired by our everyday life in Denmark. So let's see what comes up when we are in the Netherlands.
And then, of course, Jesper also, besides being a singer in this band, he is a very popular actor here, and he's gonna learn a script because when we're done in Rotterdam, he's going to fly off to the end of the world and be a very angry captain in a Danish movie.
Yeah, I have to change my mind when we're done.
Are you not going to try and become an actor as well? Are you not going to try and learn some new skills?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Jesper has said that he will make some payback because right now he's very much in my field. So he will make me say do lines and stuff like that, but I'm always pushing it. Say no, let's focus on the music right now.
We're working on it.
Okay.
Very exciting. I'm sure you can have a lot of fun in Rotterdam. That's for sure. One last question for me. I've got to ask what message you have for your fans across Europe and across the world, as you mentioned before. What message do you have for all your fans?
Well, you can actually find it in the lyrics of our song. You can't practice at home just before the mirror. You have to get out there in the world and practice as you go. Try some dance moves on the floor, see if it works. Go out to the girl or boy and say, hi, you don't know me, but do you want to have some coffee? You can't prepare everything. You just need to go out there and do it.